just looking at the houses around there, they're pretty spaced out. So, and the guy was even telling me, he's like, it's hard for, people to come out there and everything.
That's good for you in case it takes you longer to get somebody to actually get a buyer in there. It'll be better for you because the customer already knows that it's hard to get people out to drive. I'm just telling every time you ask them, well, actually, you know what? I had somebody, my inspector, come and look at it, but again, he got lost on the way in. You know what I mean? Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I can hear you.
Okay, so yeah, man. Let me ask you. So you got two of those. You say you're not that confident because it's too far away from everything else, or you think you should have gotten a little bit lower?
I think I should have got it a little lower. I forgot where I was on ARV, but for what he was asking at 159, I don't think that was around ARV. I think the ARV was like more like 130, 120 maybe. Yeah, it was hard to comp that area. So I was kind of just going off what the estimate said and what how much value was in the home based off of the prop stream information.
Okay. So what's your next step? How are you going to be able to market these out to some cash buyers? What's your strategy looking like?
Yeah, I was gonna send some guys out there to take some pictures, and then I was gonna do some Facebook and Craigslist ads.
Okay. Does he have pictures already?
Yeah. Well, he has a couple of pictures he sent me.
Okay. Have you checked? Has there been any sales, like investor sales there, where you know that they bought it a little bit lower and then they resold it like 3 or 4 months ago? 3 or 4 months later?
I didn't do any research like that.
Because that's one, again, if you can, let's say you get one that was bought like 6 months ago for 100 and it was sold for 150, like maybe a couple of months ago, there's a gap. So that's usually an investor. Look at that agent. Again, I spoke about this a long time ago. And hey, Mr. Agent, I saw that you sold your investors flip here and gave him the address, right? Hey, I might be able to have something in that area. You think your investor's ready for another one or not at the moment?
Okay.
And then leverage that. Why do you want to leverage that relationship between the realtor and the investor? Because the realtor's job is to get the investor more flips so that flipper can make more money.
Yeah.
So if he's doing a good job, if he gets the investor a good deal, the realtor looks good. And in the back end, the realtor gets a listing to resell it.
Okay. So, yeah, that's a good idea.
So that's all that is just calls.
Yeah.
Look, if I was you, again, just look at you don't even have to have prop stream. You can just go to Zillow and check what are the sales in that area. Again, since it's rural, it's like there's not many houses that just go a little bit far apart, maybe like a 5-mile radius.
Okay.
And look at what's sold recently. And if you can tell what's sold, let's say it sold a month ago and then it sold like 6 months ago for a lower price, that's most likely a flip. Just call the realtor. Just call the realtor and let them know, hey, great job. Is your investor, is he ready for another flip or not at the moment? Is he waiting for the new year to lower the cost of material? And then just make the type of conversation, and that helps you because you're leveraging the realtor. You're not going straight to the investor, you're using the realtor.
Right. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because the realtor's gonna work on your behalf.
Cool.
What's going on, Ed, Chad, Mag?
What's up, brother?
Arturo.
Likewise. What's it going? How's it going?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good overall, man.
Excuse me, I gotta grab this.
I have my go for it. Got my energy drink. What's up, Chad? I haven't seen you. I haven't met you.
Yeah, this is my first meeting with you here. I
Perfect.
tuned in with Justin on Monday and Rich on Wednesday.
Okay, perfect. Where are you from, man?
Union County.
Where's that? What state is that?
New Jersey.
Okay, you're kind of with Mag. I think Mag is from New Jersey as well. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
how you doing, Mac?
What's up? I was actually in Union County too. What part of Union County you from?
Scotch Plains.
Okay. You know where Hillside Elizabeth is?
Yeah, that's up Essex. Yep. Yeah, I'm familiar with the area. I got a few properties I'm I'm actually working on like possibles right now in that area.
Good, man.
Perfect.
Good. Yeah.
How's your business, man? Break it down if you can for me.
You said rate it?
Yeah, break it down. Like, what do you do? Are
Oh,
you
so
more like
yeah, so I'm a wholesaler. I just started out, so like I just been going like consistently, like full-fledged in it for like about a little over a month now. You know, I had a deal that I was focusing most of my time on. The price point wasn't where it needed to be, so I had to toss it off to an agent, and then I got back into cold calling. So from there, you know, I focused on Mercer County, New Jersey, and Union County. I got a few leads. I got a house I got to look at Sunday, and a few other good possible leads that I'm just putting the pieces together. You know, getting all the information I need to get to go into these situations and make sure I could close the deals up.
Okay, perfect. So that realtor lead that you forwarded to the realtor, did you get any type of marketing fee for that?
Yeah, so for that it's 25% of the commission.
Oh, that's great. That's a lot. That's good, man. So
Yeah.
did you follow the process? It said did it reclose or still in the process right now?
Yeah, it's really it's just fresh. So like
Okay.
just within the past couple of days, getting it listed and everything.
So you got the property, you spoke to the client. It didn't work for a wholesale deal. How do you reach out to the realtor?
I met the realtor as a cash buyer. So initially, I had went to REA meeting, South Jersey, and I connected with a few cash buyers and other wholesalers. So this guy presented himself as a cash buyer who was interested in buying properties in the Hamilton area, and ironically, I had the property under contract in Hamilton. So you know, I spoke with him about it. I networked, but you know, just me being new to the game and just trying to figure out ways to make the ends meet as far as the price points. At that point, I was realizing that we weren't going to be able to get the price to a place where it needed to be interesting for an investor. So I was telling him that, and I just broke down the numbers to him just to see if there was anything he could squeeze out. And he was like, yeah, you know, it's really not enough room. So just to give you the basics of it, the homeowner, he needed like a full gut on the house. The ARV was around 300, you know, he owed 190, and we needed to put at least like 40 in it at the least. So, you know, with that, not many investors really know fix and flip investors wanted to touch it. And then the ability to rent it out for the landlords and the buying holds, they still wasn't attracted to it like that. So that's when, you know, another wholesaler I ran into at the convention, he was saying, you know, you might as well just throw it off to an agent. So, you know, I asked the guy, you know, after we went over it, I said, hey, do you know any agents in the area? And he said, hey, I'm an agent. He said, I'm an agent as well. And then that's how we just figured out how to do it like that.
Okay, so he saw the condition. Is it gonna pass inspection, like to go full retail, like to go to a retail buyer with the bank, or did he let you know anything about that?
We're not there yet. That's actually a good question. So I do know one thing. The homeowner, he actually added a bathroom in the basement that I don't think they would allow because he doesn't have a permit for it. But other than that, we went through it with a few different investors and a contractor at one point, and you know, nobody saw anything that was like major alarming. Yeah.
Major. Okay. Perfect. So yeah, just follow up on that's a good questions to ask realtors. You know what, one of my ideas, if I get a deal where I have a deal right now that I know is probably worth 230, fully rehab, but it's right now it's good living condition. I know you can probably sell it for 200K right now at good living condition.
Yeah.
Right. I offered the seller. I went to the seller, so the seller called me out of my bandit sign. I went to meet her. And so, you know what, actually this property, again, I don't want to take your profit. Again, you can probably list this property for 199, 189, depending on how long you want to wait on it. I don't see anything major, maybe those little things that you might need to fix, but you might get 169, 179 in your pocket after you sell it with all the commissions, etc. But again, if it was me, like as a cash buyer, again, I gotta be 135, 150 to make sense. So she said, thank you for being so honest. And I told her, yeah, just make sure if you do get an agent in here, make sure that and I pointed out when I was I didn't even take pictures. When I was walking with the property with her, I let her know, this thing needs to get fixed. I know for a fact, because when I flip, those things need to get fixed. This needs to get fixed, like 3 or 4 things that need to get fixed. And just make sure you have that budget in your pocket, because even though you sell it as is, the bank's gonna require somebody to fix it.
Yeah.
Before they finance it. So later on, she called me. She wants 160. Remember, I'm from 135 to 150. 160 still works, because I know I can as is. If I put maybe 5K into it, I'll list it for 199. I'll make 25K in the middle, a little bit more, because I know it's worth like that. I know it's probably worth 249, 239 when it's fully rehabbed. But you see, I look at those things. Okay, I'm already thinking, okay, if I don't get it at 135 price range, can I get it a little bit higher? But I go straight retail. And I look, okay, this needs to get fixed. What do I need to do minimum to pass inspections?
Oh, okay.
So then you look at, okay, you look at that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
When you put the 5K into it, you're going to pass it to an agent, or you're going to try to sell it retail yourself?
Retail. Of course, some agents, I'm still going to pay 6%.
Yeah.
So again, it doesn't matter if I don't have an agent, the buyer's agent. I have a friend of mine here in my area that does flat listing for me for $500. Okay. So he puts it in the MLS. So most likely the buyer's gonna ask for the whole full 6%. Okay, so either or. So if it does go, let's say it does go, I think it will sell for 200K, because there's a lot of buyers in that area right now and that's cheap price for that property for that area. Times 80, let's say 155. Yeah, I'll make 23K in the middle. If I do sell it for 200K, even after 6% commission, 4 or 5% closing costs, another 1 or 2% holding costs, I'll still make 23.20. But I pushed the seller to list it with an agent. And she, you know what? I don't think my husband wants to do any type of repairs. Well, yeah, again, first of all, I don't want to take your equity. If you don't have, if you're not in a rush, have an agent listed. And then she eventually called me that she wants to sell it to me at 160, 165. So I'll probably negotiate it to like 150 where it makes sense. But again, I already saw the house, so I already know worst case scenario is probably like 5K in repairs. Yeah. That's if that. It's just the restroom, a couple of spots in the restroom, a couple of spots in this area, and that's it. I don't have to do a full rehab. I'll have somebody else come and buy it at 200K and put 20K and try to full rehab it at 269. Okay. So yeah, I always look at that. And the best way is when you ask your agents. That's how I knew. That's why I know agents are in the business of where every single day when they put a property on the contract to sell, they see those inspection reports. So they know, okay, out of the 100 things that come out of the inspection, this 10 are minimum. They need to get fixed. So they know how to pinpoint, okay, that one needs to get fixed. So then I ask them, hey, what do you think? What needs to get fixed here to pass inspection? So if that's below 5K, and I know I can still get it at a good price, not a wholesale price, but a little bit higher than a wholesale price, I just got to put an extra 5K, then that's a deal for me where, you know what, okay, I'll buy it for a little bit higher. Instead of buying it for 135, I'll buy it at 150 plus 5K, and then I still make 20 on the back end.
So if you were to buy it at your price, the 135, and put everything you needed to put into it, what would you do with it? You'll just do a flip?
Oh, if I buy it at 135, I'll sell it at 169 wholesale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because there's some new guys here, and one of the things that I learned from one of my local persons that I know is like, some deals are not for some deals are not for old seasoned investors. Some deals are for new investors. Okay. What does that mean? Someone that doesn't mind making 10K on the profit. Someone that doesn't want to make 30K on each deal. So those are the ones, and that's where you go into your RIA clubs, because this real estate gets people at certain time frames in their life. So if you get that person at 169, he doesn't mind making 10K. But you get the seasoned investor that wants to get it at 140 because he wants to make 30 and he wants to have room. That's not my seller. That's not my buyer. My buyer is the new investor that has 170, 200K in money, and he's ready to go into a flip to test it out. And if he again, there's still money there. He used to make 10K. He's not gonna make 40K. He'll make 10, and he'll be good. He'll get his money back plus 10K. Hey, successful deal.
Yeah. See, that's the type of buyers I was looking for. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not the seasoned investors that you need for those deals that are kind of skinny. Is the newer investors, someone fresh that just read a book and wants to get in real estate and has bigger pockets. So that's my deal that I gotta lock up this weekend. But yeah, again, every deal has sense, but learn from every people that you connect, like that realtor. Ask them questions as far as inspections, so that when you go into a new house, you talk to the seller. You know what, seller, this. You know what? If I was you, Mr. Seller, that's what I told the lady. If I was you, again, I don't see anything major in this house that will not make it past inspection. Why would you want to give it to me at a discount? I put it on them. So most people are gonna tell, oh no, you need to sell it to me because of this. No, I'll say, well, why would you want to give it to me? Again, you just met me. Again, there's no relationship. Why would you want to make me make more money? So then I was telling her, okay, et cetera, and then she's like, you know what? Thank you for being so honest, but I already knew more or less what's gonna get repaired, and I advised her, if you do get an agent involved, make sure when the agent walks in that you ask her this question: what is the minimum things that I need to fix to pass inspections? And the reason why you ask a realtor is because those realtors are on a daily looking at inspection reports, and they get the inspection report and they gotta call a seller. Hey, seller, I know you put it for as is, but the bank's telling me that you need to do this. Do you have the money to do it? So they're constantly dealing with seeing inspections, telling sellers, you need to fix this. So that's why I told her, make sure you ask your realtor, what do I need to fix? And then after that, how much more or less is a budget wise do I need to have in my back pocket to make sure that I fix it? And I remember, not all inspectors are the same. Some will find more, some will find less, but they'll find something. They won't get paid. Inspectors need to find something. If not, they won't get hired anymore. So yeah, again, learn from whoever you ran into. How did you get that lead? I didn't even ask you, how did you get that lead?
PropStream.
What type of deal was it? Is it an absentee, vacant house, tax issue?
I believe it came up under vacant.
Okay.
Because I had a list. This was like when I first started like pulling lists, and I just was like clicking on so many different filters, and I didn't have it exactly organized at the beginning. Okay. So I started out with vacant, probate, and like tired. I started getting into like tired landlords. Okay. And when I called the guy, at first he wasn't as motivated. You know, he was just talking about selling it, and you know, I kept his number, and I just would go through the list, and then I go make another list, and then I go back to the people that I didn't get confirmation on and call them again. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because when I first called him, he was talking like he wanted like a retail number, you know, what it could be appraised for, like 250, 260. And I knew there wasn't really any room to do anything with it. So, you know, I left him alone, and then I doubled back and followed up. And when I followed up, he was a little more immediate, like he was a little more motivated to make a lesser deal. And then that's when we agreed first on 220, and I was gonna try to get it off at 230, you know, but just, you know, going through the house and discovering things with different perspectives and everything, that's when we came to the number of exactly what it would cost to get it to where it needs to be for someone to be able to flip it. And then that's when, you know, just the learning process of going through that first deal of
that's good. Again,
numbers right.
The good thing there, the follow-up, it's again, everything's in the follow-up. At first he wanted 250, now eventually, and again, let's say this deal doesn't go through, I bet you in about a month or two, he'll probably bring his number down to like 200.
Yeah.
And then
eventually, I mean, we had got to that. We had got to 200, you know, but it just was like people still, it was just tying the pieces together. We had got to the point where he was like, you know, he'll get 10 grand off of it because like he owed 190. He was like, he got to that point. But, you know, a lot of the seasoned investors were just like, it wasn't enough room to get that 30, 40, 50K, you know, with holding costs and everything. they didn't want to get the 15, 20K. They wanted to get their 50K out of it. You know what I mean?
So that also on that deal, try to target new investors, people that you never see. Like usually when you go to the real club, you'll see the same guys every month, right?
Yeah.
Talk to the ones that you haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones that are freshly coming in. Those are the new ones that you want to talk to. Don't talk to the seasoned ones, because the seasoned investors will try to make the most out of the deal, and most likely they're looking to kill it instead of to make it a deal. So talk to the new ones, people that, oh, you know what, I've never seen this guy before. Let me talk to him. And you know what? Hey, I got a deal again, and then just shoot him your price again. Just I don't know if you're gonna have this deal there available next time, but any other deals, always shopping them to them first. Then, if the new investors don't want it, then try to get the seasoned investors too.
Okay.
Predominantly
at the RIA.
Yeah, at the RIA
meetings.
Yeah, exactly. Any meeting where you see people are coming to learn about real estate.
Okay.
What's going on, guys? Vernon, sorry, ma'am, your name, I always get it wrong. I was looking at the stream, I still said it wrong last time. I'm gonna call you Mrs. K. So I don't mess it up. But yeah, again, that's most likely always learn when you're walking through the house. I always push the client out as far as go list with an agent. But I already know, you know what, if this deal doesn't work as a wholesale, it might work as a retail. But if it works as a retail, what am I looking at as far as myself? I always break down how you found the lead. Again, I found the lead, it was vacant, okay. And then once you called it, I don't know, Chad, if you use Bookaroo to record your calls. Bookaroo is always great. It's an online recorder. I don't know, I make most of my calls when I was starting on the phone in front of my computer. Just open the website and record your calls, and then just attach them. I don't know what CRM you have, but attach them there, and then always keep it on a follow-up, because motivation is motivation. That house is not gonna get fixed because it's already based on what you're telling me, what I'm hearing, that house is not gonna get fixed by him. So things that are bad are gonna get worse with time. So eventually it's gonna come to a point that you might get it for just walk away. He's gonna walk away from the house and just let you take over the payments. Yeah. And that's what I do on some deals where it comes to that. You know what? I can take over the payments on this one. Perfect. Let's say the payments is 1,000. I might be able to owner finance it. I'll take up to it the property. Now I'm the new owner of the title. There's a mortgage for 1,000. Maybe as is for somebody that is handy with their hands, they might be able to fix it themselves. And maybe I can sell it for 230 on an owner finance wrap, and I get 25K down, and then I make the middle. Now at the 200K, what's it called, balance at 11%, they're paying me $1,400, but I'm paying this guy 1,000, so I'm making $400 in the middle, plus the 30K down or 25K down. Usually I ask from 25 to 30K on most deals. So again, that's another strategy when it comes to a point for him to, you know what, I don't want. It's gonna come to a point in his life that 10K that he wanted to get off the deal is not gonna be worth paying 1,000 a month, because in 10 months that shit is down the drain. He's no longer making that. He's losing money because he didn't make the 10K. So you know what, Mr. X, maybe again, I talked to a couple of partners. Again, they might be, again, I don't know if you're. Most people don't qualify, but if you qualify, are you okay for us taking over the payments and taking over this headache? Because again, based on what you tell me, the
only thing that stopped him from that is he was trying to get out of that spot and get to another a bigger, more expensive house, which he needed. He had a VA loan. So me and Vernon actually we went there together at some point, and he had a VA loan to where as though he needed to clear that loan to be qualified for a larger portion on his next home.
Yeah.
And
that's best case scenario. You know what, Mr. X, I know, I understand. And again, that's best case scenario. You unload this deal. But it sounds like, again, if I couldn't buy it and I'm buying it cash, again, I don't think anybody else that doesn't have cash can buy it because it doesn't pass inspection. And I know that's your best case scenario, but maybe you're gonna have to wait 3 to 5 years to get a new house. Again, it's just me being honest. Again, I'm in real estate. I see this type of deals every single day where an owner wants to sell it at a certain price, but the property does not bring that value. So the owner has to do either have somebody take over the payments or just bite the bullet make the payments until they drop the equity, the balance down to where it makes sense.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's up to you. Again, I know, again, perfect scenario. Again, I wanted to be 6'2" and be able to play basketball, but again, that didn't happen. So again, it's life, right? So now I have some boots that have a little of a platform that makes me look like I'm 6'1", but I don't get to be able to play basketball, so I can't get everything. But I'm just being honest with you, like maybe this deal, you're gonna have to sit on it for a little bit. And again, if I was you, Mr. X, yeah, definitely sit on it for maybe 12 months, pay an extra 12,000 in monthly payments until you get it down to where they make sense on the deal. Make sure, again, you bring in the pain, make sure that you fix these little things, because that thing's not gonna get better if you don't touch it. It's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
You need to patch a couple. So you're bringing out the pain, so to where he's saying, well, you know what? I think it might be better for me just to here, and I'll go rent. I'll go rent somewhere else. I won't buy a house.
That's a good option too. Yeah.
And then make sure when you do the wrap that you put on the, you know what? I have a 48 months to refinance this deal because the property is not in great condition.
Exactly.
So again, I know best case scenarios for some people is to do that, sell it off, and go on to the next deal. But again, sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Even if you want to, it does not work out. And you want to be the person that tells them, you know what, I wish I could help you, but again, being honest with you, this is not going to happen. Again, what you're telling me that you're going to sell it off and again go into a new house, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because we're investors that have cash and we don't even want to touch at that price.
Yeah.
You think someone that's going to bring a bank, you think a bank's going to approve this? Just be honest with yourself, Mr. X. I don't think so.
Okay.
Hey,
yeah, man. Go, what's up, Mac?
Just want to give an update on the on that deal. Remember the lady that I told you that she's gonna do an Airbnb?
Okay.
So I called her back, right? And she wasn't answering. And then I'm like, yeah. And then she's texting me back, who's this? And I'm like, yeah, this is Meg. And then she's like, oh, hold on, I'll call you back later. And then, she didn't call me. And then I try to follow up again, call her back. And then she's like, and I'm like, yeah, just calling to see how's everything. And I know I left you there the other day. How did it go with the contractor? You know what she told me? The contractor didn't show up.
Yeah,
it's just like I didn't show up, and just a big mess. These guys never show up for anything. Oh, and I was like, wow, that's him. So what are you looking to do? I don't know. And I think I'm gonna Airbnb still. But she's thinking about what she's gonna do is she said, I'm thinking about probably going through Lowe's or Home Depot, and so this way I have a third party company telling me. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. Just make sure they do the job right and everything. I have a couple of people that actually did that, but you need to be on top of them. And then I was like, but look, like I said before, if you want, I think I can do a couple of things with this. I don't know if you want me to take over the payments or maybe that would be an option. And then she's like, no, I don't do that. I don't trust anybody. So there's a trust issue. I was like, okay, great. I'll follow up with you then, down the line, and just to see how you're doing. I already said that Apple mighty text a text message on Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. How's the Airbnb going?
Yeah, perfect, man. Because that's perfect. Because you're bringing out the pain. I would have told her when they didn't show up, man. You should be glad they didn't show up. Because imagine if they did show up here, but when you paid them the $5K in advance, they don't show up no more. You should be glad that you didn't show up for the first appointment. And that kind of like, oh shit, yes, true. Because once I pay them the $5K, they're gone, and now I'm out of pocket.
Yeah.
So then
she just got a lot of trust. I gotta build trust with her.
Yeah, it's trust issues. Again, it's mainly money issues because she wants to make some money. But yeah, I would have told her that you're man, that's the best thing that can happen to you for them not showing up. You're like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, because what if they would have shown up and then you would have agreed to their price and then you would have given them an advance of $5K and then they don't show up.
Yeah.
Then that's where it hurts because you're already out of pocket.
True.
But yeah, just those little things like that. Little. That's great that you told them that. But where she said they didn't show up and she was angry, you should have said, no, you should be happy. And then that's a pattern interrupt. What do you mean I should be happy because they didn't show up? Yeah, you should be happy they didn't show up then, because if they would have showed up then and they would have shown their true colors when you were giving the money, then you would have been out of pocket. And then she'll be like, oh shit, that's true. But yeah, again, great job with that, man, Mag. Great job with the Mighty Text. Again, that little app will make you some money. Just keep on following up with that. And eventually she's gonna have to realize, again, if she goes to Lowe's, again, if you're looking to use any type of rehabs with a what's called a private company, you're probably paying, let's say you're paying 30K per se. But if you go through Lowe's, you're paying around 45, 50.
Wow.
Because you're paying for the brand. You know what I mean? You're not buying generic, you're buying brand. It's the same thing, but it's branded now. And now it's no longer the what's it called? It's no longer the 30K, now it's 50K. Well, why is the same job? Well, it's not the same job. It's if I mess up, Mrs. X, you can sue my brand, Lowe's. That's why you charging me more.
Right. Yeah, totally. This week I got some deals from Facebook Marketplace, Facebook, the guerrilla marketing. A lot of people text me back, but we posted on Virginia, and it was like West Virginia. So I called the guys. There was like 5 people. So 5 people tried to sell me houses from West Virginia. So I called them up and I was like, talking to them to see what makes sense. But this guy had a lot of work. The property was worth probably I think 50K. What I saw, he wanted a 75. And the house needed work. And then I called a few agents just to work with me to see, what the property was worth. And, I got an agent to do a comp for me. Okay. But yeah, the property was not worth what he was asking. And then I gave him an offer, hey, listen, if you be able to come up to me, where you got those numbers from, I can give you, I'm be able to give you what you're asking. Otherwise, from what I see and my partners, had laid out on me on this property, I can only give you 30 to 40K.
What did he say?
He said, oh, no, I can't. And then he's telling me, 4 years ago was worth it. I paid like 32. I was like, yeah, there we go.
Yeah. And I would have told you, yeah, perfect. Yeah, it's 32, but you know that you have to put at least 10K per year per house to keep up with the value. A lot of people just buy the house and let it sit and wait for it to appreciate. And it happens like in California and Washington, but not in places like Virginia. Again, nobody wants to move to Virginia. So
he's like in a mid rehab. And I think he probably run out of money. That's what it is.
Most likely he ran out of money. That's why he's unloaded. What I would have done in that again, since he knows you're not again, you posted the Facebook Gorilla in Virginia instead of West Virginia.
I think it was West Virginia. I don't know. I think it was one of the groups, and then I don't know if it was West Virginia group.
Okay, so does he know that you're out of the area?
Yeah, he knows.
Okay, so I would have Googled a local realtor in that area. And where the property's at. Hey, did you know Mrs. X Gonzalez? Yeah, she's an agent there. Well, I reached out to her just to confirm the values, and she said that property ain't worth more than 30 as is. So now you're bringing social proof. Yeah, and again, if she's a high realtor in that area, then most likely he's like, oh shit. If he like for me, there's a couple of top realtors in my area that when I say that and I know. And I say, well, okay, they see that there. So if they're telling him that, then most likely it's true. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it does bring social proof instead of you just telling him it's worth less, or if not, prove me where it says it's worth more.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's a great job, man. Just keep on doing the follow-up. Keep on. Again, the Gorilla works if you work and you have to be consistently, diligently on it. And again, if you want to do it like go into other markets, you don't have to like that one you did it by mistake and you got leads. Go to another state and go to another county. You know what I mean? But try to pick counties that are kind of like what's called There are bigger counties that you can make more money on it. As far as don't go too rural where it's gonna be hard to get comps and to get buyers out there.
Yeah.
Go where people want to live.
Yeah.
But yeah, great job, man. What's going on, Vernon?
Oh man, I'm just trying to make deals, man.
Always. That's where I wake up and I go to sleep too. Making deals, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Excuse me. I'm gonna do that. Those 2 websites. I'm gonna do that.
Perfect.
I got a guy looking at the building for me right now.
Okay. Perfect. You can just send him in mine. Just have him copy it. Just change the name.
Yeah. I probably had to talk to you about that because I don't think I was able to open the link or something like that.
Oh, make sure you put the www dot, because if you just put there's again, you got to pay for another service to do the HTTP, whatever you call it. So yeah, if you just do the www dot and then the website, it works.
Okay.
But yeah, man, those websites, I just got my business cards in, so I'm ready for that again. And remember, it's consistency for both. Just for the
you don't have to pay for domain, Arturo?
Domain is $12 a year. It's cheap.
Okay, so you have to pay for domain. Okay.
Yeah. I go through GoDaddy, so GoDaddy works.
Do you pay from do you get the domain on the REI reply, or do you get it?
No,
somewhere else?
the REI reply is, well, you can probably get domains from REI reply, but it's cheaper to buy it outside. I always had GoDaddy for a long time. REI reply is just the host, and it's free hosting, which is good. That's why I take advantage of it. I had like 27 websites on REI reply. It's free. It's just a matter of do a website for everything. Burn house, bacon house, etc. for everything, and then posting it when you do the Facebook Guerrilla, posting in those Facebook Guerrilla groups.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, for everything. I wasted for everything and make it look.
Hey, I even think with the like with the assistant living, especially like the veterans. I bet you if you go on Facebook, you can find veterans groups. Yep. And then post a free service in there. Oh my God.
You're gonna get caught like crazy. Yeah.
Yep.
Because again, you're literally going where they're all at. And I bet you if you look at it, not a lot of people I don't see people providing a free service.
Oh no. People of 2 words. Their name
and free.
They love that. They love that.
Yep. And it's so simple. Did you already apply to get your notary stamp?
No, I got to do that. You know, I'm a little slow motion right now, but I'm probably gonna get my daughter to do that. And I got my daughter get ready to go to get a real estate license.
Okay, yeah, have her do the real estate. That's the notary stamp. It's I think it's takes 2 weeks to get a.
Oh, that's all. Take 2 weeks. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you apply.
We both will do that.
Yeah, it's easy. All you do is the applications and the check.
Okay.
Yeah, no interview, no nothing.
You don't got to go to school, none of that other bullshit, right?
No, it's just.
Yeah. We both gonna get that.
Yeah. So yeah, that works, and that great job. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, if you find any veterans groups, you know what? I'll provide free service. If you find any, what will be another group for people that are in hospice? Like just the brainstorm. Okay, what group? Maybe not for the hospice patients, but for people that have their family members in hospice. How else, like support groups. And remember, you're doing things for free. You're not. Again, I'm not selling anything. I'm providing a service.
Yeah, I just hired not hired. I got a contact with a paralegal that charged me like $200-$300 to handle the what is that? Where you take the back payments and put it on the back and stuff like that. She'll work with the buyer and all that kind of stuff.
Forbearance and stuff like that, loss mitigation or loan modification.
Yeah, loss mitigation. Yeah. So how will we do the forbearance website and all that kind of stuff? So for the
website, is what you're doing is basically you're sitting down with the owner. You're sitting down with the owner, and then you know what, Mr. X, we do this for a living. Again, we talk to banks and we negotiate, because sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you gotta wait 2-3 hours on hold to be able to talk to a client, to what's called a mortgage company. And I know sometimes you work, you're trying to make a living, etc. And that's what we do. We know how to navigate through the loss mitigation process, the forbearance process. We know the new regulations because again, we keep you up with the updates and everything. And all we do is that again, we find out where you are with the situation, and we reach out to the owner, to the banks. And if the banks are comfortable enough to give you a forbearance, then we go for it. And if not, hold on, this dude's here.
Puppy power, puppy power, puppy power.
Relax, dude, relax, chill. He wants to get up there. So yeah, if you don't want to have that, because it takes time. Trust me, I've been on hold multiple times, and it takes a lot of time to get somebody else to get somebody to answer your phone. And again, if you don't have the time, if you're hard working, you don't have the time to be sitting down and waiting on the call for them to pick up you from hold. So yeah, and that's what you do. And in worst case scenario, if it doesn't work out, we'll miss. We did our best. You hired you again. We don't want to charge you anything. What's the next step? They don't want to do a loss money forbearance. They don't want to do a loan modification. Again, what's your next step? And then you just sit and ask. You know what? Well, you can always hire an attorney. And again, I'm not an attorney. I'm not giving you any advice. But if I was you, there's ways an attorney can block the foreclosure. But that is going to take you $2,000-3,000 to do the initial stop of the foreclosure and maybe a monthly fee. Is that something you can do? Or the worst thing that we can do, that you want to do, ma'am, is do nothing. But for now, from when you first conversated with a client to now, you know everything about the house. You've been in the house multiple times. You have a power of, again, you have a letter of authorization to talk to the bank already. So you know everything from the bank. Right. You know their interest rate, you know what's the past due, the reinstatement amount, you know the status of the house on the inside, the condition, etc. So again, you're golden now. You're sitting there with the golden egg, just waiting to see what do we do next? Loss mitigation didn't work, forbearance didn't work. It's either gonna be you have the 2-3K to do the what's called the TRO, temporary restraining order, to block the foreclosure, or again, what do you want to do? Now we do have a partner of ours that, again, this is where you already know if there's enough equity for you. You know what? Maybe that partner of ours might be able to finance you the TRO. And basically we pay for the TRO to block the foreclosure, and you just owe us once you get it fixed. And if it doesn't get it fixed, we get the first right of rescission. Basically, we're the first person that gets to buy the house from you. So little things like that you can conversate. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to help you. And I'm giving you the options. We try to do the loan modification, it didn't work. We try to do the forbearance, it didn't work. Now what do we do next? And now when I was looking right now at the, since you mentioned that, if you just search on your Facebook, just put a hospice care, there's a bunch of pages of hospice care.
Yep.
So all you gotta do is just post your picture there. You know what? Hey, we provide free, instead of going, now if you don't want to go, on a weekly basis, we provide free notary checks, notary public signatures. And there's tons in my area. There's like 7. Just a matter of every single week posting there. So there you go, without having to drive anywhere. I bet you, like you say, the veterans group, there's probably, I'm thinking most likely there are veteran groups out there that's much better than just posting, hey, you know what? Hey, I had a friend of mine that was a veteran. We all have friends of ours that were veterans, so we're not lying on that. And again, I do free notary, man. Thank you for serving. Anything, just give me a call and set an appointment.
Yep.
So yeah, great job. I didn't even think about that.
Yep. Yeah, you writing it down.
Yeah, man. I learned from you guys.
I wrote it down too.
Yeah, man. That's why I love this lives, because again, I learned from you guys.
Because I've been brainstorming, get that going too.
Write that down.
But remember, it's not only write it down, you got to do it though.
No. You got to do it. You got to do it.
Execution, because again,
yes.
What they say, where do you see the most millionaires nowadays? In the cemetery. They just never did it. They just died. They never pulled the trigger to do anything. All their dreams went. I bet you they had dreams, but they never did anything to them. They're in their what's called in their tombs, knowing that they didn't do anything.
Hey,
be an Elon Musk. Just do
Hey.
everything.
Hey, Ace.
Go ahead, brother.
One day you're gonna have to enlighten us and show us what you got in that bookcase behind you, man.
Oh, the books.
Yeah, you're gonna have to enlighten us what you got going on right there, man.
Yeah, I will, man. Well, maybe next life I'll put it on my phone so you can see. I have tons of books.
I
And
see.
That started when I started following Ty Lopez.
Okay, so you.
I don't know if you know Ty Lopez.
Yeah, I heard
And
of him.
he says like remember where I said that I go to other websites and I kind of steal their content.
Yes.
He says that like you want to stand on the shoulders of giants and see beyond. So that means you got to stand on people that, okay, you got it up to here. Now I'm going to steal all your knowledge and then I'm going to run with it.
Right.
So basically, like those books, I probably read like 30% of a book, probably like 30%. Because remember, we're mentally, what's called programmed. Oh, I got to finish the whole book. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Just go through okay, you know what? Let me read this chapter, the first page, boom. All you need is one thing. Close it, put it a bookmark, close it, put it there, and put it back on the shelf. Maybe a year from now, you go again. Oh, you know what? Let me open this book again. Boom, another pinpoint, close it, put it down, put it back on the shelf. So again, in all those books, most of them are like $2, $3 books. If you go to go to eBay, they're $2, $3 books. Again, but they have a lot of knowledge. I have Elon Musk there, from Elon Musk to Tony Robbins is there. Listening readers, just how to listen, this guy, this is this book is like $50. This one, no one had it. And I found it on eBay for $50.
What is it?
The second fort. It says the autobiography of a man who played the real life game of Monopoly and won the largest real estate empire in history.
Let me say it again. Hold it right there. Yeah.
And they don't have it on ebook. And this one I'm gonna take it on vacation. I'm gonna read it. This one doesn't interest me to read it at all. It's not that dense, but I'm gonna probably read it all. And I wish they had it. I told my niece, I'll pay you $50 if you can put it in an audiobook. But I guess, and this is what I told my sister, like you are, doing a disservice to my niece, because $50, when I was smaller, if you were to give me $50 just to read, shit, I was jumping on like crazy. But now they're comfortable and they live in a nice house. They don't have the hunger.
Man, I got a grandson. He don't want to go nowhere if where he going don't have Wi-Fi.
You see what happens?
Don't have Wi-Fi, he don't want to go.
Yep, and that's what's happening. And again, unfortunately, it is the society we're in. But if you read the book, I didn't read it, but I heard it. What's called "Hard Times Create Strong Men." It's cyclical. So we're in the cycle of 80 years. That's why the society is going to shit, because we don't have. I was talking to my sister on Tuesday, where this thing that happened on the subway. This lady got what's it called, with that guy that was doing that thing to that lady, and instead of people helping her out, they were recording it. Like, bro, we need to go back to where we're supposed to protect the unprotected instead of just watching, putting your phone out. And this other on subway where this guy punched this girl and everybody was just looking at her like, bro, you know why when you go to jail, if you abuse women, if you abuse kids, you're getting your ass beat, because that's what it is. That's society. So like society in prisons is still the old standard. You don't abuse women, you don't beat women, you don't abuse kids, you don't abuse girls, etc., etc. But now society says, oh, equal everything. I can punch a girl and nothing. No, we need to go back to where we protect the unprotected ones, or the ones that are defenseless, or maybe are less strong than us. Sorry, let me get on my soapbox. But yeah, that one I'm gonna read it. I'll tell you guys about it. And yeah, next week I'll go on those, and I have tons of books there, man. And I try to buy at least 10 books a month. That's $20 worth. And it's $20 worth because again, they're cheap. They're cheap books. If you go to the libraries, sometimes they have like a sell off where they buy new books and they sell the old ones for like $1 or $2. People are just I've gotten multiple books. This Listening for Learners, I got it for like $1. And again, people would rather be on their phone. And then when they're older and their life is not where they need to be at, well, what happened? Well, yeah, you were on your phone all the time, bro. But it happens. But yeah, Vernon, definitely great tip on that, man. I am definitely gonna do that. I'm just thinking, should I do it with my personal website, or my personal Facebook, or just my burner Facebook? I might do it for my burner, or try both and see which one works.
I think burner. I think you should keep it separate.
Yeah, or you just create a whole another
a whole nother lane for the website, the Facebook, and all that stuff all together.
Because I know, like in Pages, you can post as a page or you can post as a person. Yeah. So on a page, you can post as your personal, or you can create a page and post as the page.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. And I'm gonna do that tonight. I'll probably create a new.
That's on Facebook. What is that page?
On Facebook, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Meta, not Facebook.
Yeah. Craziness. Zuckerberg. Hey, he's a smart guy. But yeah, any other questions, guys, before we wrap it up? Again, I'm taking action on that. Thank you, Vernon, for that. With those two things, again, that's great. That's gonna cut the
cost down.
Not the cost down either. The what's called the point of action.
Yes.
All you got to do is just.
Yeah.
I don't even have to just do one and just copy all of them and post them on the group, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say, I can say, if you like, people are afraid of the call when they make. I'm in the safety of my house and I'm just posting. I'm just trigger, like you say, trigger fingers became Twitter fingers. So now I'm just tweeting. I'm tweeting out that, and it's much faster. And I bet you, people are gonna see it.
Yep.
People that look for hospice care companies, they see a post there. Oh, it's free, and it's on their website. Oh, so it's for free. Let me call them.
Yep.
Boom. Hammer down.
Hammer is down.
Thank you, brother. That's great job, man. Thank you. I didn't even think about that. You see, great minds think alike, man.
Hammer is down, man.
All right, guys. Any other questions? Any other suggestions for next week? I'll try to go through my books. Next week.
Bookcase. We're gonna see that bookcase next week.
Yep, and it was full when I moved home, so I had to put them all over the place. But yeah, let's have a great weekend. Again, it's not everything. Again, as long as you do the things, it works. But if you think about it, but you don't do anything, and can't do nothing for you, man. You got to be able to have that fire to actually jump.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Enjoy your weekends. Right. Let's make sure we get this done. Next week, I'm gonna ask you, Vernon, if you create those websites. And next week, ask me if I post it, and I'll show you the postings on those websites.
Okay.
All right, guys. Okay. Enjoy the weekend. Stay safe. Let's make some money.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks
a lot, brother.
Take care.
Likewise.